Hi Libra, welcome to the full moon reading in Aquarius for August 19th, 2024. Full moons close out cycles. This is a particularly tense full moon. A lot of planetary aspects going on, and all of them a little bit difficult. But with good solutions towards the end. And that's what I've been noticing mostly from the reading so far. The direction that this reading is going in is number 7, people, professional assistance, but it was reversed. So the reversal of this card kind of uncovers a difficult or complex situation that you could probably use some help with. You may have been aware of this for a while, but maybe ignoring the problem or not wanting to solve it, or maybe not knowing how to. And it could leave you feeling or have been feeling alone in the situation, a little bit stressful and overwhelming. But this card wants you to know that you don't have to deal with it yourself. So this card is asking you to explore your options regarding professional help. And if you're already receiving assistance and it doesn't seem to be working, let the person that you're dealing with know this, right? Communicate your needs, clarify your needs, and ask for the right help. It could also be a time of psychological or emotional issues for you, or someone in your family that you may have to be a part of or that you're helping to deal with. Again, don't hesitate to look for a therapist or help that's necessary. In other words, open yourself to assistance. Okay? So let's see how the tarot responds to this. The first set of cards is where you find yourself at the time of the full moon. And if you are actively, consciously ending a cycle, you will find that information here as well. The second set of cards is you and how you're dealing with this situation, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're physically doing, how you're behaving. The third set of cards is probable outcome. Probable because when we have information, we may be able to change the situation, but we may also need to have the experience, came for the experience, and always for our further growth. All right, let's have a look at this, Libra. The first set of cards, the 8 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. 8 is a power number. Okay, let's have a look here. You have 2 swords, 3 swords. So most of this is mental activity, actually 4. So most of this is mental at this moment. 8 is a power number. So it is putting a lot of focus on the situation. There may be a need to communicate or the decision to communicate something. And this card definitely said if you're having some help or assistance and it's not working out, you need to communicate that. So there is some communication issues. Mercury in Sagittarius is the 8 of Wands. It is my law of attraction card, so the things that you say are the things you manifest. So you want to be careful about your speech, what you're saying, whether it's to yourself or to other people. But normally it is very swift energy. But 8 is a power number that can be used for good or its opposite. So maybe there's too much negative talk. Whether that's internal or external, right? Whether you're saying it to yourself or to somebody else, or they to you possibly, but there's this communicative energy. Things are a little bit up in the air. That's what I'm going to say with this Eight of Wands. It feels like things are a bit up in the air right now, and there's a need to make a decision with that Two of Swords. That's the moon in Libra, so you understand this energy very well. You can see both sides of a situation, or you're weighing out your options here, or weighing your decision, right? But the Two of Swords for me is like a scissor that cuts something, right? It's the two blades that make a cut. But it's hard to make that decision because you can see both sides of a situation. However, this card is an indication that it's necessary to make a decision. No matter what you decide, you're going to have challenges and rewards. So it's kind of like just make the decision, but all faculties have to be involved here. It can't just be mental, because you do have a lot of mental energy, but your intuition and your logic and your reason, and they all have to, both the heart and the mind have to be involved in this decision making, and at the moment you seem to be negating one or the other. Okay. But you are, okay, so you are in search of something here. The Hermit card is searching for information. In this case, you, or assistance even. This is somebody who would have more knowledge than you would in this particular area. Possibly an older individual. Very often it's feeling very internal and internalizing everything, so that's also possible here. Gathering information, digesting it, and turning knowledge into wisdom, but it can be a bit of a lonely card, and so you may feel like you have to go on this alone, or you have been going on it alone. Although I do see people over here, so I don't think that's the case in the future. I do think you're going to get some assistance. But maybe prior to this, you've been going at it alone, trying to figure it out by yourself. Maybe you are asking other people, because Mercury in Sagittarius, right? Maybe you're asking other people what they have done, or how they would approach it, or that sort of thing. Or maybe even who would be the best person to talk to about this situation, and making those decisions to do just that. Seems very practical to me. You are behaving like a Three of Swords and a Seven of Swords, true to your nature, right? The mental energy. You are air, so that's very much mental activity. Again, the Three of Swords gives me an indication that there's this feeling of separation, or feeling separated from a situation or a person or people. Maybe you really are kind of keeping to yourself at this time, or you want to be alone. But here's the interesting thing. The Two of Swords is the thing that makes the cut, right? The Three of Swords is then sort of picking up the pieces. Yes, you can feel some separation, some heartache, some emotional instability, and mental. But the upside of the Three of Swords is that after that initial cut, and after the initial pain, then comes the renewal, the rebuilding, restabilizing, that kind of energy, creative solutions. And I do feel with the Seven of Swords that that's kind of what's happening. We are strategizing here. And it's also making sure that your property, your space, whatever is well taken care of. That you're making sure that your atmosphere is okay and safe and stable. But it is strategies, and this will bring you home for sure. Okay, so you have 3 7s here. Um, Multiple sevens. Seven's an interesting number. It's the number of faith. So I do think that faith is called for in this situation. Um, it's kind of having faith in the things um, that can't be seen but nevertheless exist. Um, it's a unique number, and it's the number of ultimate truths. So I find that interesting with the Hermit card, because again, that's taking in information, digesting it, and turning knowledge into wisdom, which would be the ultimate truth of something. Um, and the number 7 is an indication or a frequency that um, experience uh, that you need experience that's both mental, right, intellectual, and spiritual, so that an understanding can develop. It's definitely faith in the unseen. And they're pretty mundane cards for the most part. You have 2 major arcana so far, and those are the things that go on through an underlying situation, or the higher self, right, the soul. The higher powers is the major arcana. It's a deeper understanding of yourself and your life. Um, but you do have 3 7s here, and I think that's important. The Chariot card is things get moving. There's success and there's triumph through the strategies that you are creating here. This may involve travel, um, maybe a long distance or a lot of short distance. You may be traveling a lot through this situation. Um, for some people, it can be a travel of the mind, right? We're just doing, we're clocking a lot of hours in our thinking, which is very possible here because you have so many swords. But the chariot is associated with Cancer, and Cancer is a cardinal sign, and they really do expect the best from themselves and from other people. Um, and so there is a sort of an alignment um, after we kind of get ourselves together again and start to create a strategy. Sometimes the Seven of Swords are open enemies, but you would know that then, um, right? Because they're open, so there's nothing hidden there. However, I do really feel like it can just be strategizing um, that leads you to ultimate success with the Chariot card, because everything is in alignment. And you have the same thing here. This is also on a mundane level, everything in alignment, up in the air, but still aligned, moving in the right direction very swiftly. And this is also more of an alignment um, with your mind, your body, your spirit, your heart. Everything is in alignment. And when that is the case, we know the direction that we're heading in. We know where we're going, and ultimate triumph and success with the Chariot. The outcome is the Queen of Swords and the Page of Wands. Queen of Swords is going to be somebody with sharp features. They're often very refined people. Not always, but for the most. Um, they can have sharp, high cheekbones, like pointy nose or pointy chin. They're very sharp, but they are also mentally sharp and critically sharp, right? They can be your worst critic, but they can also be a very good friend who would defend you to the end, right? They can kick up a little dust with their sharpness and with their criticism. But like I said, if they are defending you, they're a really good person to have on your side. Um, and this is associated with Virgo for me. The Page of Wands is associated with Sagittarius, and this is a fiery personality. Um, their motto is, even when I'm wrong, I'm right. They have a deep philosophy in life and they believe it wholeheartedly. And remember, we have a little bit of Sagittarius over here too, so there's some fire element here, which can either be ego or kind of that fiery spark within, that egoic energy that gets us up and moving and doing things. Um, and this is a very expansive person. Now, this can be somebody who is long in features. Um, they can be a youthful person, or they can be somebody at a distance, and perhaps even somebody you have to travel to, because we have that chariot card there, which is travel. Okay, and then we have some kind of foundational card with the number 4. Four of Pentacles is called the Miser card, but we could be saving up to create good, strong foundations, building good, strong foundations, but it is holding on tight. And maybe because we're in a bit of an awkward position. This is probably a financial situation. The problem is here is, why are we holding on to money? Because it is the Miser card, and it precedes the 5 of Pentacles, which is a difficult financial instability card. And so you may be facing a little financial instability and holding on to your money, making good budgets, being aware of what you have, and making every effort count, materially or physically. Or it could just be that you have money on your mind. And it can be people who are holding back as well. So maybe this Queen of Swords and this Page of Wands can be holding back something. Oh, you have the Ace of Swords, though. Okay, so things might find some stability or success in the winter time, as this is my winter timing card. But it is a yes. You may get a yes answer. These people may help you to build a strong foundation, whether that is through finance or their actual physical help. But this is a yes answer for me. And it is, again, reiterating this Chariot card, which is success, triumphant success. This is the sword of Excalibur, that only the true can wield its power. But it assures triumph and success. However, it is a new action that we're taking through clarity. And the sword's suit is not the easiest one, so you can expect some tension along the way. But the Ace of Swords does say that you will be triumphant and successful at the end. It'll just, it might take a bit out of you. Or it's a struggle, right? It's a fight. It's a battle. You use swords in battle. But it is yes. So you do get a yes answer. Yeah, interesting. Call a friend today. Prompting. You're being asked to call in some help. Okay? Only you know who that is. But there is definitely somebody out there who can help you to stabilize situations. Okay. Yeah, I find it interesting because you have 2, 3, and 4. So there are steps that you're taking. And in the end, bringing some good foundation to the situation. Okay, Libra, good luck. I'm sure you'll do fine. It looks like you'll do very well and get a yes answer. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful. I'll return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. Until then, take very good care. Bye for now.